Okay, good morning everyone. With respect to our last class, we had come across with the diagrams such as sequence diagram, then activity diagram. Okay, then we had come across with what do you mean by context model. Okay, so you have already come across with this sequence diagram for viewing patient information. As I had said you the basics, that at the top are the objects. Okay, and the line which precedes that particular object is nothing but which we call it as the lifeline of that particular object there. Okay, and wherever here we see there is an sequence of messages which are being shown. Okay, so in the other way you can call it as this happens to be one function, this is another function, this is another user defined function which will help you to develop while in implementation. That is, you are straight away implementing them as user defined functions and you are constructing the body of the function for the same. Okay, we have already come across with an example for this. Okay, let us come across with one more example for sequence diagram whenever there is a transfer of data. Okay, so whenever there is a transfer of data, so here the considered objects are, okay, so you can consider it as a patient info. Okay, then there happens to be an database connectivity, so that's why it is not been named here. Okay, so then comes across is an authorization. Okay, so between who as an actors these all transfer of data is happening. The transfer of data is happening between the medical receptionist. Okay, so I'll just take it. Okay, it is happening between the medical receptionist and there is one more PRS. So PRS stands for patient related information there. Okay, PRS stands for your patient related system there. Okay, patient information, patient system. Okay, so here you can just see that what are the kind of things which are happening there. Okay, for your login, okay, for your patient register system, what a medical receptionist will do is the medical receptionist will use the respective user ID and password and that person will log in. Okay, so when the person logs in, so the person is logged in into patient record system there. Okay, for this particular patient record system there are two kinds of functions or else two kinds of activities which are being divided. One is sending up of information. Okay, one more is sending up of the summary of that particular information. Okay, whenever there is sending up of information, always keep in mind this authorization is must, either while you are sending information or else when you are sending the summary of report there. So when this login is successful, what happens next is you are updating the information there. Okay, so you update the patient information, so you update that information, then you update the PRS using who is doing that updation, that is the medical receptionist user ID. Okay, because any XYZ person cannot update the patient record system there. Okay, the patient record system has to be updated by an authorized person only. Okay, so for this particular UID an authorization takes place. Okay, so that authorization is along with the UID. Okay, what is that person's what kind of information is that person transferring. Okay, so when you do that authorization, if at all it is successful, it goes across with a return type. I had said you that wherever there are return types expected for an user defined function, it has been defined by a dashed arrow there. Okay, so dotted arrow, so that is authorized one. Okay, once that person is authorized, you update the person's PID. Okay, you update the person's PID there. Okay, for that particular patient record system, for that particular PID an updation takes place. Update OK, then message OK will be displayed in front of patient info there. Okay, so this is with sending up of information. Okay, whereas whenever you are sending any summary of that, okay, so at that time you update the summary. Okay, you summarize that using this UID. Okay, you authorize that particular UID with what kind of a transfer data is going to happen. If that authorization is successful, so you are an authorized person. Okay, then you send the summary. Okay, so here you can just see that this is another object which is active only after certain stage. So that means that you need not create this object at the starting. Okay, you know it very well that in object oriented concepts or else in object oriented programming language, you need not declare the variables well in advance. Okay, as and when necessary you can use those respective, you can declare those respective variables there. Okay, for that thing you can just find it that the object is not declared here and it is declared at this very stage. Okay, that's with the summary. Then update PID, updation OK. Okay, then message OK will be displayed to you. Okay, as the person is logged in, the person logs out. That is a medical receptionist logs out. Okay, so these are series of messages which are being transferred from medical receptionist to PRS. Okay, and through these respective objects there. Okay, these are the set of things what you have to consider whenever there is a transfer of data. Okay, so followed out with that, let us come across with the next one, and that is structural models. Okay, so with respect to structural model, okay, so you can just find it, few definitions of that. Structural model of software display the organization of a system in terms of the components that make up that particular system and their relationship. Okay, so I had said you in my prior classes also. So structural model means that you are finding that the particular system relationship there. Okay, so you are going across with the relationship of that particular system. Okay, you are not drawing structural model for each and every class whatever is shown there. Okay, you will be using across for only some of it. Okay, then comes the second one is structural model may be static models, okay, which show the structure of that particular system, design or dynamic models which show the organization of the system when it is executing. Okay, you create structural model of a system when you are discussing and designing the system architecture. Okay, whenever you are discussing and designing the system architecture, so at that time you create the structural model there. Okay, so for this particular structural model, okay, so an best example to describe regarding that is a class diagram there. Okay, so class diagrams are used when developing an object oriented system. Okay, in my if at all you have concentrated with my prior module when I was telling regarding class diagrams, okay, it happens to be an what is it, you can call it as a foundation for your respective design section there. Okay, an object class can be thought of as a general definition of one kind of a system object. An association is a link between classes that indicates that there is some relationship between these respective classes there. Okay, when you are developing models during the early stages of the software engineering process, objects represent something in the real world, such as a patient, a prescription, doctor, etc. Okay, so you can just come across with this an example. I need not give you more examples because already we have come across with our second module. Okay, with the more in detail of class model, okay, state model. Okay, so here you can just come across that it's a patient as your one object or else one class and one more patient record. Okay, I can just say that it is related with a cardinality factor called out as 1 and 1. So what do you mean by that? One patient has one patient record. A single patient will not be having multiple records there. Okay, a single patient will be having single patient record. I can just come across with this example for the classes and associations which are being shown across in the management of a patient record system there. Okay, so what are those? So there happens to be a consultant, there happens to be what is the condition of that particular patient as an class, then consultation, then hospital doctor, then what kind of a treatment and what kind of a medication, and if at all that's been addressed by a general practitioner, so who is that? Okay, so you can just find it like consultant and a patient. Okay, so consultant is, so you can just find out that come across from here, patient. Okay, so how is the patient being referred? Patient is being referred through a consultant. Okay, so patient is referred by a general practitioner. Okay, so through his respective the patient's condition, he is been through the symptoms you are identifying that that person is having some kind of a problem or some kind of a health issues, and so that is what we call it out as diagnosed with. Okay, so with these conditions you are being diagnosed as a patient. Okay, so whenever you are diagnosed as a patient through some consultants, you come across that you are being referred by a general practitioner. Okay, so patient attends the consultation. Okay, so this consultation can have three different outputs. What is that? either consultation prescribes some kind of a medication, or else consultation prescribes a kind of a treatment. Okay, so it can be for a prolonged period, or else it is for a single time of medication. Else consultation says that you are being wanted across to be addressed by an hospital doctor, runs an hospital doctor there. Okay, so always keep in mind here, whatever I'm taking, this is an example of an application. In what way am I designing? Okay, so it does not say a general patient informations and all those things there. Okay, so here I can just see that what are the cardinalities, or else what are the associations. So associations are diagnosed with, referred to, referred by, attends, prescribes, runs. These are all associations with what these classes are connected to one another. Okay, what are the cardinalities with what they are being connected to one another? Condition says that either you can have one symptoms or else multiple symptoms. Okay, so through this single symptom or else multiple symptom, a single patient has been identified, or else multiple patients have been identified. Okay, consultant, so there is a single consultant. That single consultant can refer a single patient or else multiple patients there. Okay, there can be a single patient or else multiple patients. Okay, he is been referred by a general practitioner. Okay, general practitioner is a single person which I am considering in my respective application. Okay, patient attends consultation. So a patient can attend a single time a consultation or multiple times a consultation, because if at all it's a single time medication, he will be consulting only one time. So if at all it's a treatment, or else it's with the running up of a hospitality and all those things, so at that time multiple number of times the patient is being run across through consultation there. Okay, so it's consultation with a through prescribes medication there. Okay, either consultation is single time or else multiple times, single time or else multiple times the medication has been given. Same way, one or asterisk says that multiple number of times, only single treatment or multiple treatments. Consultation says either a single consultation or multiple consultation. So when I am referring with a hospital doctor, that doctor can be a single person, or else at the maximum I am taking across with 4 hospital doctors there, single general practitioner and 4 hospital doctors. So this is just an example of classes and association with respect to your patient record system there. So when I say with this example of a consultation, so you can just find that this is an class diagram for your respective class called out as consultation. So what is this section? This is the class name. Okay, these are the data members which are included in this particular class. These are member functions which are included in this particular class there. Consultation has doctors, date, time, clinic, reason, medications prescribed, treatment prescribed, wise notes, transcripts, and many others. You can just gather them and make them as data members under this particular class there. And what are the member functions? It can be a new consultation, prescribe, record the notes, transcribe. So these are all the set of user defined functions which can be addressed by this particular class called out as consultation. Like this, I can have different things for patient. Okay, for general practitioner, different classes there, medication, and this is just a diagram which I have shown. The same thing I can just show along with these class diagrams also. Okay, that's with your consultation class. Okay, so further let us come across with generalization. Okay, already I have said you what do you mean by generalization. So generalization is nothing but which we say that it is and one of the feature wherein we say that there happens to be a super class and there happens to be a subclasses. There this particular relationship I call it little bit more across with your association. Apart from association, I say it as little extended section with respect to your association, and I call it across as your generalization as a feature wherein there happens to be a super class and there happens to be subclasses. So you can just say that there is a single class called out as doctor. Okay, that's a super class. Subclasses are hospital doctor and general practitioner. They both are also doctors, but they have their individual features there. Okay, that's a hospital doctor and a general practitioner. So if I'm considering a hospital doctor, who are the next subcategories under them is a hospital doctor. For that, there's a consultant, there's a team doctor. Okay, I can say that these two are subclasses of this main class called out as hospital doctor. If I say team doctor, so there can be an trainee doctor, that's a person who is doing PG and other things there. Else I can call it as an qualified doctor. So these two are subclasses for this main class called out as team doctor. Okay, all of them are subclasses to this main class called out as doctor. This is a generalization hierarchy. What is the main use of this generalization hierarchy is you can define some data members and member functions under this. Okay, you can make use of them here. Okay, you can declare some of the variable functions or else your member functions here, and with no cost or else with no interruptions you can make use under here. Okay, for team doctor also similarly, data members can be declared here and they can be used here. You need not multiple number of times declare the same data members here also and here also and here also. Instead, declare them once, use them multiple number of times. This is a generalization hierarchy there. Okay, so for this generalization hierarchy itself, here you can just come in doctor, hospital doctor, and general practitioner. I just shown an example for that. If I'm saying doctor, so it's a name, phone number, email address, register, deregister. Okay, so these things, that is name, phone number, email address, these three data members, I can use them for a hospital doctor also. I can use these data member functions, data members in general practitioner also. A general practitioner also has a name, phone number, and email address. A hospital doctor also has a name, phone number, and email address. So that's why just declare them here, use them here. Okay, so individually, if at all I'm saying hospital doctor, so that person will be having a staff number, a pager number, and other things there. If at all that person is a general practitioner, okay, so where he is practicing, what's the address, where he'll be doing that. Okay, so let it be a hospital doctor or general practitioner. So that person has to make use of these user-defined functions called out as register and deregister. Registration for registering as a hospital doctor or as registering as a general practitioner. Deregister is when you have left that particular work. Okay, so at that time deregister comes into focus. Okay, so in the next class we'll come across with this object class aggregation models there. Okay, thank you. It is an part of your association and we'll come across in detail in our further classes. Thank you.